The first thing you have to do is append the file. So you navigate to the folder you saved the file to, go to Collections, All Find Biomes. Now that everything is in the scene, you can take an object you want to scatter on, add the Geometry Nodes modifier, and choose a biome you want to scatter. Don't forget to apply the rotation and scale. Now you can change the settings. Hovering over it, pressing backspace will set it back to the default value. You're also still able to modify the terrain. If the viewport gets a bit laggy, disabling the overlays will help. Switching now over to rendered view, you can now fly around in the forest. Also add the included landscape material. If you want to add another biome to the object, just add a new geometry nodes modifier and choose the biome you want to scatter. Hiding the forest biome will reveal the edge biome. If you want to combine both of them now, you need to create a color attribute first. It needs to be called PSC Biomes. The next step is to enable the color mask in both of the modifier and show the forest biome again. Then switch to Vertex Paint and Solid Mode. You can see Vertex color mask is red. You can also change it, but I would not recommend it. So change here white to red and then try to paint, but nothing works. That is because Vertex colors need Vertex to work. So you need to first subdivide the plane a couple of times to have some information to paint on. And now when you paint, you can see the forest spawning. And for the edge, you can see it's green, switch to green and paint. If you want the path through the forest, just switch back to red and create a path. Let's add the last biome, which is meadow. Enabling the color mask and paint blue for the biome to spawn. If you hide all the biomes, you can see the landscape material working. The meadow is the meadow material, forest, for the path material. Important to know is also that you can't switch the biomes here. If you do this, the settings are going to be screwed up. You don't need to have all the assets visible all the time. Just disable them here and you will be still able to access the modifiers here, like the distance trees. Really good for large mountain or landscape scenes. For example, if I scale this up to, let's say 800, apply the scale, you can see it still working well. Of course, disabling the overlays. Vertex paint masking also works. Like you see, it's really smooth while having so many trees. And also the grouping option is another important one to keep in mind to have a bit more natural scattering. Since I use a lot of transparency in the models, it's important to have the light path and transparency to 15 plus or 20 in this case. Let me demonstrate what happens if they are set to low. So you're gonna have black artifacts around the transparency areas.